they need to do it all, and they have a hard time recognizing that it's helpful if they go out and get people to do the things that they're not good at. So whereas you said you weren't good in math, but either you had to become proficient or you had to go out and find someone who could do that for you, do that aspect, the financial aspect of your business for you. You have grown your company. You've brought in other associates.
Yep.
And so what gave you the insight to know that this is what I need to do, and how has that experience been? And tell me a little bit, or is it all family law within the firm, or is it a variety of different type of law practices?
I think one thing about myself that if someone asked me what's your best quality about yourself, I would say I know what I'm not good at. That I know when I made a mistake, and I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And so things that I'm not good at, I will rather hire somebody who is expert and who's good at that to help me. It's called a teamwork. We complement each other. So in my firm, I don't treat anybody different. I'm the boss and there's someone who works for me. I treat my office like a teamwork. We all wanted to make Ideal Legal Group to grow. You helping me on this part, because this is part that I'm not good at. I'm better at this part. I will focus on this part. So, and that's how we grow so much over the last 5-6 years. We have office in New York now. We have office recently in San Francisco. Is to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, and be okay with it. You either get better at it, like you said, which I'm trying to learn about accounting. I'm trying to learn about human resources, and the other stuff where I know somebody who has a talent and good at it. I respect their opinion. I listen to what they have to say. And that's the reason of originally my firm was just family law, and now we start doing employment law. We deal with labor issues and workers' comp issues. So we help a lot of small business owners how to run the business. And I love that because we establish long-term relationship. All our clients, just like our farm, we're all small. And we continue growing, and we want our clients to continue to grow too. So it's kind of like it's like, you know, little kids when they were elementary school or day school friends, and they become friends when they're in college. Well, that's how I see my client. I wanted to have a long-term relationship, either in family law cases and also with the business employment law side. I want to see how the small business also grow over the year as we also grow.
That's wonderful. Now, do you offer both of those types of practices in your San Francisco office and in your New York office as well?
Yes, we do.
Fantastic. And where do you see yourself going? Do you developing on bringing on more type of practices?
I wanted to be an expert in the area of that, what we do, what we're good at. Just because there's too many things, and no one can be good at everything.
Right.
Just like if you're sick, you have a heart problem, you don't go see a pediatric, you want someone who specializes in heart, cardiologist. Same thing, I think it's more productive and more efficient, and build a name for your firm if you just stay what you're good at and be even expert on it. And when people ever need somebody in the family law or anybody need to build a small business in the legal field, they know who to call. And I see Ideal Legal Group keep growing and get better and better and make a name in those fields of family law and employment law. And that's what I want for Ideal Legal Group.
So what's the next city you're looking at?
I think I'm done with the city. I just recently opened the San Francisco office on 1 Market Street, and I should really focus my time there. I've been going back and forth between East Coast and LA. I'm in New York 1 week per month. Is very tiring. You don't realize the flying takes so much energy out of you, and I still want to be the one to meet the clients. I always want to meet the client because I don't want to handle a case. All I see is paper. I don't see the face. I don't know how their personality is. I don't even know the kid's name, how the kids look like. I would hate that, and I never wanted that. So I still personally meet all my clients. I'm the one who make all the phone call because I wanted to. And I wanted to have a relationship with my clients. So even after the whole matter's done and done with, I get invited to their kid's birthday party. In fact, I always joke around. I said, the next guy you're gonna date, or the next girl you're gonna date, bring it over. Let me take a look, and let me do some research for you before you go.
Because I don't want to see you back here in this office
Exactly.
again, right?
I want to make sure you're good. So.
Well, you're doing two things that are, I think, so paramount to success, and that is that you're really being very authentic. And by saying, I want to know who my clients are. We're not big business, and that's all we're about. We're more about really knowing who you are, and you're being very authentic and providing that kind of customer service that is so important. And then totally focusing on what your strengths are. I've heard that throughout our conversation being said over and over again. So if you weren't an attorney, what would you be?
I like art. I even went back to school. I went back to UCLA, tried to get interior design, a master's degree in that, and I took like 2 quarter classes. I got an A on it, which is amazing. And then when we had to do the presentation, the teacher's kind of looking at me. I think everybody did kind of that. The way I present my project was weird, because the way I present my project is like a trial exhibit. It's like I'm going to a jury trial or a trial. Delighted, but there wasn't used to it. And that's when I said, maybe I should just focus on my work right now, and then later on, then I can continue to pursue that. But I like nice things. I like things that make you feel comfy and comfortable. And that's another reason about my office. We try to make it a home. So when someone comes into my office, we have coffee, there's candle, there's always fresh flower. I mean, they're only going through a hard time. The last thing they want is coming to an office, feel cold and, not cozy. They just want to feel home. And
well, what you've also done is you found what your unique selling proposition is too, and that's that you do make it feel like a very warm, inviting home, and especially in a situation where their home may be torn apart and a place of stress and fear. You've made a safe place for them to come and feel comfortable and know that everything will be okay.
Yeah, it's like going to your girlfriend's house in the living room, having a coffee. We have toy for the kids to play, drawing book. So they come in, just hang out and having fun.
Makes me want to come, and I don't have any problems to come to your office for. So for women who are looking at launching their own business, you've got a wealth of knowledge. What would be the thing that you would feel like was just one of your best tips?
I think connecting, having a personal relationship with your client, connecting personal relationship with your colleague, connecting, develop personal relationship, whoever, because you never know who can help you. And people always wanted to help. You'd be surprised by that, I know, but people do. It makes them happy to help. So when you connect with other people and develop a relationship, they trust you and they wanted to help you. And that's why I always tell everyone, I love meeting people, anybody, because you always learn something different, and you never know when they need your help and you need their help. So.
Right. No, I think that is super important, and I think entrepreneurs might tend to, they know about connecting, but I think what you're saying is really connecting on a much deeper level. So it's not connecting where some of these networking events that we've both been to and everybody else has, where you just, here's my business card, and you don't get to know that person. I think getting to know them in that very authentic way, the same way that you talked about getting to know your clients, is just as important. And then that engages us to want to help each other.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I hate those kind of mixer where you just pass the business card. To me, it's such a waste of my time. I would rather have a smaller group, have a lunch, even just for coffee. And we just sit down. We don't even have to talk about our business. Just talk about ourselves, our family, our kids. I love that, because at least you, beside the business part of it, you also build a new friendship, and that's important.
Yeah. Well, I think that's very, very good advice. So what what is there anything that you wish you had done differently?
You know what? No. I'm very happy where I come and how I established so far. And then for me, I just want to keep learning. Even the mistake that I made in the past, I wouldn't regret it. I wouldn't want to change it because the mistake is what made me stronger. The mistake is make sure that I grow better and make my firm bigger. So no, nothing.
That sounds great. Now, do you have brothers and sisters?
Oh yeah, my dad married 4 times. I don't even know how many unknown brothers and sisters are out there. To be honest with you,
are you a role model to them, or do they have some of the? Are they in law or anything else?
My dad's a self-made businessman, and I think I have to thank him for what I do so far because I think part of me always wanted to prove to him that I'm independent, I'm a good girl, I can take care of myself. And I think sometimes when a child's growing up in a divorced family, they do take a lot of part of from that divorce. What I took was I'm always trying to prove to my dad that I can accomplish things. So in a way, the divorce sucks for the kids, but I'm trying to make the negative side of my life to be positive.
And I think what you've really just said on a deeper level is that you really know what your driving force is. And as an entrepreneur, you need to know what drives you to do the business that you're doing. And so by good, bad, or indifferent, the fact that this is something that you want to be validated, that you want to be able to afford nice things, that you want to have a roof over your head, and that you want to help is things that are very important to you and will continue to give that drive towards making your business as successful and as fabulous as it is. We are getting ready to say goodbye. Unfortunately, now I've enjoyed so much being able to talk to you, Evie. Again, the name of your group is Ideal Legal Group, and you've been able to really infuse so much of yourself, your passion, your caring, your compassion, and everything else in this company. And I just want to applaud you and say how pleased I am to have had you on the show this evening. So
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a great, great pleasure.
Thank you.